Sri Lalita Sahasranama 889. Vesva Brahmana Karini, who makes the universe revolve through the perception power. Vesva Grasa devours the universe. Vidrumabha shines like red coral. Are who is without the special tree, so who can fulfill any wish. Vaishnavi, who is in a pervading form. Vishnu Rupini, whose form is the maintenance. Ayone, without origin. Yoninaleya, the seat of all the organs. Kutastha, unchanged, like something solid. Kula Rupeni, whose form is the Kala path, or the Kula path, or the Kaula path. Viragoshthi Preya, who's fond of the amassing of troops. Vira, heroic. Naishkarmya, abstains from action. People have a karma. Because deity is beyond causal action, even though the cause of the relative is causal. Nada Rupeni, of primal sound. Vijnana Kalana, who realizes the spiritual knowledge. So, the scriptures, how to use the scriptures, how to analyze the scriptures. Kalya, capable of creation, without disease, with any skill, with the expression that is of a good sign. Vidagda, expert in everything. Ba'andava asana, who's seated between the eyebrows, so it's a specific spot of the Ajna chakra being referred to. Remember, one of the things they did back in the day is they related things to different parts of the body. So that's what we're doing with a lot of these names. Tattavadika, transcending cosmic categories. Tattavamayi, who's the reality itself. The essence of the realities. Okay, so the field of consciousness, the knowledge, and the auspiciousness. Also, existence, consciousness, bliss. Tattavam Martha Svarupeni, who is the meaning of that and thou. Samagana Preya, who loves the singer of the heard songs. Somya, benign and gentle. Moon-like. Sadaseva Kutumbini, who is always blissful with the family, or you can say matron of the family. Remember, we're going beyond gender, but using gender to illustrate how things are known through the variety of life. Well, I mean, deity is known. Savya Pasavya Margasta, who occupies the left and the right paths of worship. So, Savya is the left, Upasavya is the right, and Marga is active preservation. So, Marga is between. Our people also well, there's different ways to look at all that. And there's passages in the body and otherwise. 913. Sarvapad Vinivarini, remover of the dangers. Svasta, abiding in herself, free from all afflictions. Svabhava Madhura, sweet with inherent nature and presence, or the presence that graces. Dhira, wise, wisdom giving. Dhira Samarchita, worshipped by the wise. Chaitanya Samaradhya, who is worshipped with the transforming consciousness as an oblation. Chaitanya Kusuma Preya, fond of the flowering consciousness. Sadodita, ever shining. Sadatushta, ever pleased. Tarunaditya Patala, rosy, like a young rose-colored or morning sun. Do they call it golden hour when it's the start of the day too? Dakshinnaradhya, adored by the right and left-handed worship. Some people say the left hand goes out and the right hand draws in. It's not the same thing as the Bible and stuff where we have, you know, who's on the right and who's on the left and all that. Dara Smera Mukhambuja, whose lotus face has a sweet smile, or who smiles even when fear is expected. Kaulini Kavala, worshipped as the pure knowledge, my spiritual aspirants. So the Kaula path, and some versions of Mantra 925 have Kalini Kavala, so pure time. 926. Anargya Kaivalya Padadayini, who gives priceless fruit of final liberation. Stotra Preya, who's fond of the praising hymns. Stutimati, who's the true object and essence of praise. Srutisam stuta vaibhava, whose glories celebrated in what's heard. And people might focus on Kshama Sakti, patience. Janana Sakti, knowledge. Pratishta Sakti, fixity. Nivritti Sakti, restraint. Manasvini, well known for the mind. Manavati, high-minded, of great fame. Mahasi, great protector, worshipped by greatness. Mangalakarte, whose action is auspicious. Visvamata, mother of the universe, mother of what pervades. Jagaddatri, who protects and sustains the world. Visalakshi, of large eyes. Viragini, dispassionate. Pragalba, skillful and confident. Paramodara, supremely generous. Paramuda, supremely joyful. And before we go on to 941, let us think of such phrases and some things like in the Enochian keys, there's whose eyes are the brightness of the heavens, or something like that. Manumayi, whose energy of motion is the mind. Vyomakasi, who has the sky as her hair. So who protects the cosmic. Vimanasta, whose seat is the celestial chariot. Who journeys with what other people are going to call gods. Vajrini, wife of Indra. Vamakesvari, presiding over the left path. Tantra. Panchayajna Preya, fond of the forms of sacrifice. So we had the fire sacrifice. I don't remember what the Darsa Purnamasa is, or the Chaturmasya, or the Goyajna. I know what the Soma Yajna is, so the fire and the drug sacrifice, but there's also the Brahma Yajna, Deva Yajna, Pitar Yajna, Manas Yajna, and Bhuta Yajna. So absolute sacrifice, light being sacrifice, ancestor sacrifice, rulers of the ages sacrifice, and the spirits sacrifice. And others will talk about the Apagamana, approaching deity. Upadana, collecting materials for worship. Svadhyaya, study scriptures. Ijya, worship. Yoga, linking. And, there's other forms. 947. Panchaprata Manchade Sayani reclines on that maid of the 5 corpses. Panchami, who's the 5th. When we divide things into 5, then, the 5th. Wherever there's 2, there's a 3rd. That sort of principle. Panchabhutasi, who's of that which originates from the 5. So the controller over these. Pancha Sankhyo Pacharani, who's worshipped with 5 objects of worship. So fragrance, flower, incense, lamp, and food. Sasvati, eternally unchanged. Sasvatayasvarya, eternally sovereign. Sarmada, giver of happiness. Sambhu Mohini, who deludes the enemy of desire, or allows them to be deluded. So, you don't just do stuff because it's desired, and you don't just oppose the lust of life either, Dara, one who carries, support of all. Dara Sutta, daughter of Himavat. Danya, possessing great wealth, extremely blessed. Dharmini, righteous. Dharmavardhini, promoter of social order. Lokatita, transcending worlds. Gunatita, transcending modes. Sarvatita, transcending everything. Samatmika, whose nature is peace and tranquility. Bandhuka Kusuma Prakya, who resembles the bright red flower. Beauty and grace. Bala, never forsaking a child. Also, little girl. Leela Vinodini, delighting in sport. Sumangali, eternally auspicious. Sukhakari, giving happiness. Suvashadya, very attractive in beautiful rich garments and ornaments. Suvasini, ever auspiciously married. Suvasinyarchana Prita, who's pleased by worship performed by married women. Asobana, always radiant. Sudamanasa, of pure mind, one who purifies the mind of the worshippers. Bendutarpanna Santushta, pleased by the Bindu offerings. Purvaja, ahead of everyone, firstborn. Tripurambika, mother of the 3 cities. Dasamudra Samaradya, who's worshipped by the positions of fingers and hands. It's important to learn some of these things, but along with certain hand positions, there's Sarva Sankashobhine, which agitates all. Sarva Vidravini, drives all. Sarva Karshini, attracts all. Sarva Vasankare, brings all under control. Sarvonmadini, deludes all. Sarvamankusa, which inspires and awakens all. Sarvakachare, causes travel in the sky or the experience of flight without wings. And sometimes sadaks. Sarva bija, seed of all. Sarva yone, origin of all. And that's considered to be the most important one of these. Sarvatrikanda, extending over the entirety of spheres and celebrated as such. 978. Tripurasri Vasankari, who, for the three transcendent nobilities, it's under control. Jnana Mudra, who's in the form of the finger pose of wisdom, or who gives the bliss of knowledge. Jnana Gamya, who's attained through the knowledge development. Jnana Jnaya Svarupini, whose knowledge and known. Yonimudra, who's the form of the feminine part posture. Trikandase, ruler of the three sections. And if we go back to 982 here, by mudra we mean hand gestures, not a full body thing really. Though sometimes you have to twist your arms and not just your hands to make the postures. 984. Triguna is endowed with the three modes, truth, kingliness, and darkness. So goodness, passion, and ignorance. Amba, mother of all beings and all things. Trikanaga, resides in the triangle. Especially if you do Solomonic magic, right? Ananga, sinless. Adbhuta Charitra, with marvelous deeds. Vanchitartha Pradayani, who gives desired objects. Amyasateseya Janata, known through the exceedingly strenuous spiritual discipline. Shadadvatita Rupeni, who transforms the six paths. So we have words, Padadva, worlds, Bhuvanadva, letters, Ranadva, philosophical systems, Tattvadva, art, Kalatva, chants, mantradava, (992), avyaja karunamurte, is pure compassion, ajnana dvanta dipeka, the lamp that dispels the darkness of ignorance, abala gopa vidita, known well by all, even the children and the shepherds or other animal herders. Sarvanulangya sasana, whose commands aren't disobeyed by anyone. Well, they become obligatory, and to some degree, everything willingly or unwillingly follows the divine laws. So you say, well, maybe we can consider whether we succeed or not. Divine law is applied, whether we're making the right choice or not. So therefore, the consequences are according to that divine law. So, Sri Chakra Raja Nalaya, abiding in the noble sphere. So that's the queen, that's the royal, the king and queen union. It's said to have 5 energy spheres pointing down from it. And some of these are known by different names. Srimad Tripura Sundari, who's the divine triplicity of the history or the myth. And of course, we refer to the upper classes of the priestly, the ruling, and the mercantile. In particular, if we refer this to the castes, Sri Siva, the noble and auspicious, Seva Saktya Ekya Rupini, who's the union of auspiciousness and energy, is the form belonging to Lalitambika, who is indescribably charming, and people can say any of these 1,000 options by themselves, and when you do that, you just say Om in front of it, and there's usually an Om at the end, so Om.